who were the Essenes?
That's a good place to start so people have the foundation. If you don't already know, I'm sure some people on this call and on the replay already know who the Essenes are. But the Essenes were a Jewish spiritual community that were active roughly around the time of Jesus, around the time of Yeshua, a couple centuries before to about a century after him, excuse me. His crucifixion did cause a big I don't want to call it a fracture, but it was like a little bit of a breakup of the community. It splintered after that. And they often lived in outlying communities, more rural, and one of the most famous ones being Qumran by the Dead Sea. They preserved many sacred and spiritual writings and texts, the most famous being the Dead Sea Scrolls. So who were they though? Like, what were their beliefs? What was their energy? That's always what I'm really interested in. And when I tune in, the energy of them, it's very crystalline, it's very clear. There's a sacredness to their energy, very high frequency. And so, as a community, they were very community oriented. They were very peaceful. They were devoted to sacred learning, very devoted to sacred learning and spiritual knowledge. They also, most of them were very disciplined. Many of them went through many years of education and initiation to raise their frequency. Many were vegetarian and practiced fasting at times. They emphasized purity of heart and mind, and I really love that. They definitely had this pure heart, really focusing on just pure heart, clear heart, very heart-centered. Many of them worked with crystals. Many were energy healers and guardians of sacred and powerful wisdom and knowledge. As well, many believe that Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, were Essenes. So symbolically, they represent sacred and divine knowledge. They represent devotion, discipline, initiation, sacred community, profound knowledge, and hidden wisdom. So they had to keep like a close eye on the knowledge. They had to protect a lot of the sacred writings, a lot of the sacred texts, so that they didn't get in the wrong hands.
And that's the thing, like a lot of what the Essenes talked about and what they taught, and I'll be upfront, we're not talking about religion here at all. We're just talking about spiritual practices. I still consider them to be spiritual practices. They're not that much different from what we do in Hinduism as well, right? So there are some similarities, and I think that's why I enjoyed that book so much, because there were so many similarities. And it is about, for me also, it is about being true to who you are, being true to your expansion, your growth, your purpose and mission for why you are here at this time, right? And so a lot of that was what Jesus and the Essenes were talking about, focusing on your mission. And your mission is not just something here in the 3D world, but it's about your soul's awareness, expansion of consciousness, and your soul growth. And so I found that a lot of those practices were similar to in what we do in India as well, right? So a lot of times things are hidden because not everybody can understand that, and they might use those practices or tools for the wrong purpose. And I think that's why they were hidden, because it's it's not for Joe Blow, like we'll talk about nowadays. It's not for Joe Blow who wants to buy a car. That's not what these practices are for, right? Or to control somebody, or have power over people. That's not what these practices and tools are for. And I think that's why they were also kept secret and hidden.